When Wisconsin voters get their November 5th ballots, they will see a question on the back labeled State of Wisconsin Eligibility to Vote Referendum. The League of Women Voters recommends a no vote on this question. And please remember that in 120 school districts across Wisconsin, you will also have a school funding referendum on your ballot. Please don't be confused. These are two very different kinds of referendums. The League supports a yes vote on school funding referendums and a no vote on the statewide eligibility to vote referendum. The amendment on the November 5th ballot proposes to change Section 1, Article 3 of our state constitution. Right now, the Constitution says, every United States citizen age 18 or older who lives in an election district in this state is a qualified voter of that district. The amendment would change the word every to only and add the following words to the end of the sentence: who may vote in an election for national, state, or local office or at a statewide or local referendum. At first, this might sound completely reasonable, but when considering this change to our state constitution, there are some very important factors that voters need to consider. First, it's already illegal for non-citizens to vote in Wisconsin. There are strict procedures in place to prevent non-citizens from registering to vote. If someone votes illegally, they can be charged with a felony, fined up to $10,000, face jail time, and be deported. Why would anyone risk all of that just to cast a single illegal vote? Second, studies by groups across the political spectrum show that illegal voting is very rare. According to a large study by the Brennan Center, in 2016, there were 30 suspected cases of illegal voting out of 23 million votes cast. These findings have also been confirmed by conservative groups, including the Heritage Foundation and the Cato Institute. Statistically speaking, a person is more likely to be struck by lightning than to vote illegally. So what's the bottom line? This amendment seeks to make a permanent change to our state constitution to solve a problem that doesn't exist. It's important for voters to understand that this amendment could have serious and unintended consequences for every voter. There is a very real concern amongst voting experts that this could be the first step towards requiring all Wisconsinites to show proof of U.S. citizenship before they can vote. That would make voting harder for everyone, including those of us who've been voting for years. Surveys have shown that about 21 million U.S. citizens don't have ready access to the paperwork they would need to prove their citizenship. And almost 4 million U.S. citizens don't have the documents at all. Are we really going to risk discouraging or even preventing thousands of eligible Wisconsinites from voting simply because some in our legislature cannot accept the fact that widespread illegal voting is a myth? This idea of voters having to prove their citizenship before voting also raises some practical questions that haven't been answered. What sort of documents will be required, and what happens to those voters who don't have the time, money, or resources to get the documents they need? Are they out of luck? What about women who changed their name when they got married and don't have a proof of citizenship document like a passport or a birth certificate with their married name? It is estimated that this could impact 90% of married women. And what does this mean for seniors who don't have a birth certificate or have lost theirs? What about seniors in nursing homes who don't have easy access to their documents? Or those on a fixed income who can't afford to get the documents they need? Whether it is married women, seniors, naturalized citizens, or even tribal members, what will it cost in time and money for these folks to get the official citizenship paperwork they would need to vote? Or will they just give up? The League of Women Voters believes voting should be easy for all eligible citizens. We believe that when more people vote, our government is stronger and more representative. Making it harder and more costly to vote, especially when we know that there's no need to do that, weakens our voices and undermines our democracy. For these reasons, the League of Women Voters and many other nonpartisan groups are asking people to vote no on the State of Wisconsin Eligibility to Vote referendum that appears on the November 5th ballot.